News coming from the Michigan State Supreme Court. It looks like Donald Trump will remain on the Michigan state ballot. With this decision, the Supreme Court of the state of Michigan has declined the application to review lower court rulings that kept the name of Donald J. Trump on the state ballots. How did we get there? Let's go in order. A group named Free Speech for the People had filed a lawsuit in the state of Michigan back in October, citing Section 3 of the 14th Amendment in an attempt to keep the name of Donald Trump off the ballots in that state. But a lower court decision had rejected that claim, stating that state laws do not afford the Secretary of State the authority to remove a presidential candidate off of a ballot. Additionally, right here in his decision, the judge noted that whether former President Trump even becomes president-elect is such a future event that plaintiffs cannot demonstrate that their request for a declaratory judgment is ripe at this time. That's important because this decision by a lower court was then appealed, and the Court of Appeals in the state of Michigan upheld the decision by the lower court, even citing that statement I just read you. So this decision by the Court of Appeals was then taken before the Supreme Court with what's called an application, which is a request to the Supreme Court of the state of Michigan to hear the case. And the Michigan State Supreme Court reviewed that application and then rejected it in this unsigned decision, saying that it will not hear the case, but really not giving any reason as to why it will not, simply saying that it is not persuaded that the questions presented should be reviewed. One lone judge, Justice Welch, wrote a dissenting opinion, limiting his comment to saying that this is too important a decision for the Supreme Court of the state of Michigan to leave it unsettled and undecided. In his dissenting opinion, Justice Welch didn't really go into details as to whether he felt one way or another about the question, but simply went through the history of the case and pointed out that the matter was important enough that the court should have listened to at least the merits of it. Dissenting opinion notwithstanding, the Supreme Court has spoken. The name of Donald Trump, for now, stays on the Michigan ballot, and unless there's another lawsuit on different merits that is brought up through the ranks and reaches the Supreme Court once again, this matter is basically settled.